There we go. Apologise. No, I'm gonna say blog number 8. Apologies for not having anything yesterday, but I couldn't think of anything to start a blog with. So today, uh, today is Friday the 14th of the 11th, 2011. I think. I think. I definitely do know that it is because I'm working tomorrow. As I said before, what I do for work is crowd management at football matches. Tomorrow there will be, I honestly, there will be an outside vlog as I will take my phone to work with me. You won't actually see me do my job, but you will see where I work. Which, like yesterday, Wednesday's vlog will be based in Manchester, where I work. This, by the way, on my knee is my cat Abigail. She's only what a couple of years old. Not even that. She is a little black and white cat. She's called Abby because why is she called Abby? Because we originally thought she was going to be a little tabby cat, so Tabby Abby cat. But that's beside the point. That gets me off my point. My point of today's vlog is something is see, I'm doing it again. I did have this written down and I seem to have lost a piece of paper it was written on. Point of today's blog is to pick up on what SF Panda said in his blog yesterday about having childhood stories and stories that mean a lot to you be adapted or changed in some way when they become mainstream. Now this happens quite a lot when people write adaptations or film versions or even TV versions of books. I can think of several examples. And the problem I have with that is we are now beginning to enter childhood by doing that. In this country, when I was a child, we had something called Postman Pat. Postman Pat used to live. I'll try and find a link or a picture of him or something somewhere. So, and put it in the bar at the bottom, the description bar at the bottom. Not the one there because I've not figured out how to do that, or the adaptations around them on the film because I've still not figured quite how they work, if they work at all. But it will go in the bottom of the bar. The point is that he is now being used to sell glasses. Glasses every day, glasses to adults. Now, to use a cartoon character or a childhood character to sell to adults, I think is slightly strange and slightly screwed up because you're doing a disservice to that item, that creation, and that creator. I also have a problem with films in the same way. There are exceptions to this rule. There are huge exceptions to this rule. We had the C.S. Lewis Chronicles of Narnia books as a BBC adaptation when I was 10 or 11. Now they've been made into films, and I must admit the films are obviously on a huger scale and a bigger budget, but the films are quite close to the books and quite magnificent. So they're the exception to that rule. But the prime example of screwing kiddies' childhood up, is the Transformer films. Now, as a child, I know it sounds odd, but I was quite deep in Transformers. In fact, quite a lot. So I even had books and cars and whatever else was going around at the time. Now there have been made into 3 films, if I remember. I've seen the first one and I think it's abysmal. I think it's absolutely abhorrent. Because, first of all, they come to Earth when there are people. In the original film, cartoon film, I think they turn up when there are no people and wait for people to arrive and then become the robots. Sorry, the camouflage equipment and the cars and the trucks and the rest of it. So, and then we get remakes of remakes, which seems a bit pants and a bit annoying. We have at the minute how many do we have? We have the original 5, 6 films, Planet of the Apes, and we have 2 remakes kicking about. We have a remake of the original story by Tim Burton, and we now have the remake of the story of Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which is all computer generated and has Andy Serkis in from Lord of the Rings. So it's very, which I haven't seen. I haven't seen the new Planet of the Apes. I've got the Tim Burton version because I collect Planet of the Apes things and I'm like quite interested in the Planet of the Apes. You see, that's the thing. I have a rule. Say something starts out as a book. A prime example is the Torchwood books. Give me a second, and no, I won't. Prime example is Torchwood. Now, Torchwood is a BBC. Was a BBC program written by Russell T Davies, in deference to people who wanted a more grown-up Doctor Who. So he wrote a TV series, and he wrote book. Then they became books, and then became DVDs. Now, as it stands, we have an Americanized version. I do apologise for this, but I don't think you did a very good job. I know it was too clean, it was too neat, it wasn't dark enough, there wasn't enough grown-up stuff in it. Torchwood was never for children. Please do not pander to right for children. So I collect anything to do with Torchwood. I've got 3 books over there. I've got videos, DVDs, sorry, videos, see how old I am. I have CDs. And say, another example of this is the Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, John le Carré things. Now, John le Carré is an English writer who writes spy stories. He wrote books which then got turned into radio, audio books and radio plays. Then these books got adapted by the BBC to TV series, and then now we have currently a new film. Now, I haven't seen the new film and I do not intend to go to the cinema to see the new film, but I will buy it out on DVD when it comes, because the rule is book, CD, DVD and movie. So that's where that stands. So I'm just wondering if you would actually buy something because it is called that or has links to that, even though you know it's probably going to be not very good as the original. So if you have been, thank you for watching. And Abby says goodbye as well, don't you, Abby? Okay, bye-bye.